I swear to God, seriously, never fall in love eternally, but my feelings are wavering. You appeared in front of me suddenly. I swear to God, could it be that you're looking at me flirty? Stuck on my ex and you know it's too early. No, I'm not ready for a brand new journey. Yeah. Ooh, I know you're not just anyone, it's funny. Got a feeling you'll make my whole life shiny. Prove it to me that my troubles are tiny. Oh, I gotta look straight at reality. If I lost myself in insanity, I need someone to save me from the hell I'm in. I swear to God, seriously, never fall in love eternally, but my feelings are wavering. You appeared in front of me suddenly. I swear to God, seriously, never fall in love eternally, but my feelings are wavering. You appeared in front of me suddenly. Don't let the rain pour down on me, baby. Scared of the heartbreak that made me cry. I can't make it out of here, I don't wanna get hurt no more. Feel like time has stopped after he's gone. Some choices but no one turned me on. Boy, you're the first one to rock my soul. You made me realize I'm moving on. Although I've been nobody's baby, you're gonna be the one just maybe. I don't care what they say, you gotta stir my curiosity. I swear to God, seriously, never fall in love eternally, but my feelings are wavering. You appeared in front of me suddenly. I swear to God, seriously, never fall in love eternally, but my feelings are wavering. You appeared in front of me suddenly. Don't let the rain pour down on me, baby. Scared of the heartbreak that made me cry. I can't make it out of here, I don't wanna get hurt no more. I gotta look straight at reality. If I lost myself in insanity, I need someone to save me from the hell I'm in. I swear to God, I swear to God, I swear to God, seriously, never fall in love eternally, but my feelings are wavering. You appeared in front of me suddenly. I swear to God, swear to God, swear to God.
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler, and we were both too tired to sleep. So we took turns at staring out the window at the darkness. Boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, son, I made a lot out of reading people's faces and knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind saying, I can see you're out of bases. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. gambler knows that the secret to survival is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. Cause every hand's a winner, and every hand's a loser. The best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. When he finished speaking, he turned back for the window and crushed out the cigarette, faded off to sleep. Somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even, but in his final words I found an ace that I couldn't keep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Well, hello. We are live now. So tonight's going to be a very relaxing stream. No real set plans, as we know. And this is me going back to what I love to do most, where I like to kill some time with some hands of cards. Yeah, we're going back to the inventory with this one. And I feel as if I could use some music to get through the night. Let's see, let me just lower the audio over here a bit, and we'll set up some jazz hop, I believe, be a good start. And I think we're gonna run with some downtown. All right. Put some plays on and... Oh, Rue! Hello, Rue. It's been a long while since I last saw you about. How are you doing? How's the family? How's the family doing, Rue? It's been a while since I last saw you here. Also, I'm sorry to also say this too, I haven't been to your stream in a long while. I've been meaning to catch you while you're live, but I've had a couple of weeks recently.
Checking this.
Be a straight flush suit so far.
You ought to check. I'll check.
Let's check that. Six of diamonds, no. I'll fold off on this one.
Foldsville.
I'm folding this crap. The heavy wins the hand.
I forgot how heavy's always...
I am sometimes.
I forgot how much the heavy's actually very aggressive in play sometimes.
imagine, I'd take the dealer out into the alley and give him what for.
All right.
I'm calling.
Watch out, everyone! Huge check!
It's already a pair for me, so I'll call that. Call.
This is not much.
Three of a kind. I'll bet.
I am out.
I'll raise. Me running. I'll call. No need to get crazy, despite what Seal might say.
What did Seal say?
This shit's out.
Haiku has two pair. The player has three of a kind.
Oh yeah. I just beat him off his hand.
Bend over to pick up this chip off the floor. Are you gonna bury your entire foot in my ass? That's an honest question.
Haiku has been eliminated from play.
Cleaned him out.
That'd be much appreciated.
Cleaned him. Perfect. Beautiful. 7-4. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, Rue, for not reading. Some pictures in the elevator, cause I haven't streamed since my anniversary. The Iron Fusion took me out of almost 2 whole months, and I'm right back where I started from. Family and I just got back Sunday night from the move with my parents. We stayed at Hilton in an affluent town, but I think someone got drunk and tried to fight the elevator. We gamble in the house tonight from Sugar? Yes, we are, and Rue says send some pictures of the elevator, cause oh, good lord. Okay, girl, first off, I'm sorry for not paying attention to you. My chat has froze on me for a second. Also, Sugar, yeah, we are gambling away the house tonight. I mean, I haven't been able to play this for a while. Yeah, let me take a look at the photos on my phone. If you sent it either via the dim cord, I believe, to our talking Rue, and I will confirm that I have seen the photos. Just in case you think I am trying to shrug you off, I am not. Let's see. Oh, there we are.
It's boring times like these that I like to kick back and ponder the intricacies of existence.
Oh lord.
Why do my nipples exist? I don't even use them that much anymore.
Yeah. I mean, Rue, let me put it to you this way. If that Hilton was an affluent area, it was probably used for business executive meetings. And from what I can gather from that, yes, a lot of alcohol gets sent around, a lot of narcotics gets tossed around too in those meetings in the main foyer in the restaurant. And going up to the room, they're probably having a shit fit somewhere. Whether or not the deal went sour or went well. No call.
Hey, I call.
No call.
I'll call that.
Calling.
I don't like my hand on this one, but a fold.
I'm betting.
It definitely is. So it definitely is. So this video, I had just gone off the elevator piece of this town. It was Tower terrored me from the 4th floor to the 3rd from the door when Shy took the stairs that morning. Oh lord.
I raise.
The guy might have, because remember a lot of the main hardware, the main hardware for the elevator's brain is within the actual buttons on those older models. I had to help companies help. My dad basically was an intern to help the elevator techs to program the elevators at the Toronto Dominion Bank when I was a teenager. So those ones were those were touchscreen ones though. But if someone has basically put their fist through that control panel, they probably fucked up the wiring. They probably fucked up the hardware somewhere to the point now it's just probably shorting itself out because that looks like to be an older model. Or I have a fear of elevators, so getting dropped from a whole floor, no thanks. Yeah.
Mr. Weapons, how do you like your line of work?
It is good. There are many benefits.
Ooh, like a free pass to snuff out bad guys or a waffle bar in a commissary?
And full dental.
Ooh.
I am not petty, but I do not quit.
Hmm.
Not bad. I can call your bet and buy sandwich.
A call.
Yeah, full.
What are you doing here?
I'm back. I call this baby bet.
I'll pull a Tycho and fold. Yeah, I wouldn't have done anything of it.
I can call your bet and buy sandwich.
Strong bad heads, a pair of kings.
It's not bad. 2 and 8.
Heavy heads, a pair of twos.
Ah, the old bet with random cards and hope for the best strategy.
Strong bad
Get your foot off the counter, please, Max. I've seen enough DeviantArt photos of you. Nothing thought it would. Mothling thought it was fun. Well, the little gaffer probably thinks it's the whole world's his oyster, so you can't really blame a kid. To him, it's a little amusement park ride.
Oh, all right. I am going to play this one.
I mean, today I had to go set up a tent at at this winery, and kids find everything interesting. So like, I didn't realize it, but there's like these two. Their mom was getting white girl wasted off red wine, but these two like little girls are like behind me eating ice cream, and they're like, "Are you setting up a big stage?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." He was a menace to this trampoline park place. Oh boy, yeah. Little, I mean, young like a boy like him of his age, yeah, I would imagine he would be. They're bound full of energy. I mean, I was too. If you want like a kid to sit still, you'd have a girl. A boy? No, that ain't gonna happen.
Oh, I bet.
Okay. I'll run with it.
It won't kill you to call.
The heavy
He's got me being the king.
pair. The player has a pair of sixes. The heavy wins the hand.
I will never let my
Ugh.
children capture.
They played me off my hand.
200, 400.
Shit. 5 and 6.
I'll call.
Also, Rue, I think I mentioned this, but my model is actually finished. It's actually fully operational. I got it all set up and everything. Only sent that picture because his face is fully hidden. Okay, I'll take a look at it sooner or later. But my model's fully set up now. And the reason why I've not decided to start using it just yet is because I'm going to contact Cavalier Arts and get the get a proper backdrop for my stream setup that I can start working off of, because it's just, to me, it's like I don't really want to run with this one much longer, because when I say this, my little hand built one you can see right now, because I'm just like, it feels kind of tacky, and you know, I just don't want to change it.
Get this show on the road.
A bunch of kids to play Pit Monster. He was the monster into the obstacle course. Ah, the little guy's happy. That's adorable. Rue, that is adorable. Find a way to include Serena into the background. Well, we'll have to talk to Charlemagne, or we can actually get an actual artist to make Serena into a non-AI generated format. By the way, Rue, if you're still here, Serena is the girl that's on the bottom of the screen here. You can see on my little advertisement here. She's a little mascot character that my French Canadian friend who comes in chat every so often made for me, with an AI generator, because the joke was it's supposed to be like the opposite of me in every single way, and she's like my little mascot character for the channel. You had a couple of adults trying to go through too. I was wondering who she was. Oh, I was wondering who Serena was. Yeah, no, Serena's like this little AI generated thing my French Canadian friend made for me.
I've got like a million other places to be. Like exclusive Bodies, models, the airplane and the flashy car.
What?
Check once. Not so much fun.
I'll check that.
Yeah, we're gonna check.
I'm good.
I am betting.
Oh boy. Call.
I'm raising.
Calling.
I will fold.
I'll call. I want to run with it. Ah.
Alrighty.
I'll check.
I bet.
Call.
I'm gonna fold.
Pair of fours. Okay, well, I'm out.
All in.
Yeah. He's probably beat me off my hand.
Strong bad has a pair of fours. The player has a pair of fours. Strong bad wins the hand.
How the
Only play red card.
Oh, we got the ace.
Good card.
Ugh, he played me off with the ace. How the fuck did I lose a strong bad? At one point I was leaving on table watching my little brother bounce around, and then suddenly the dice pitch straight look over in a ball pit obstacle course, and this grown-ass man is standing up on a beam trying to recover from my kiddo, grabbing his ankle while hiding in the balls. Jesus Christ. So he was being a little terror. And he was able to scare a full-ass grown man. That's pretty funny.
Call. Okay, I bet.
Alright, I'll bet.
Raise it in the sun.
Call.
I'm gonna call.
Pair of sixes.
I'll bet.
You got the ace, high.
Yeah, I'm out.
Again.
Yeah, I will check.
Strong bad has two pair. The player has two pair. The player wins the hand.
Oh yeah.
Quick question.
Wish I got a picture of it. Maybe this group of little old ladies there with their grandkids go like schoolgirls. Aw, that's cute. Sounds like getting a good vacation. Outside of some hiccups, but it's like you guys had a good time out there. Or I'm not even sure if it was a vacation, but nonetheless, you guys had a good time. I'm happy to hear that.
Oh, check.
Yeah, and once again, I'm sorry I've not been able to come around to your stream. One, not because I'm not sure you probably haven't been streaming because you've been busy with this, but I've been meaning to try to drop in sometime, but I've been rather booked up with a lot of school and work itself, and then get my car on the road, and then tuning it and modifying it, and then actually had some tax work to fill out, and oh lord.
Check. Check.
Check.
I'll tell you someone you don't want to give a bad check to. Flip paper. Fiscal disturbances make that man do horrible things.
I should have raised.
The heavy has
Let's go up here.
pair of fives. The player has ace high. The heavy wins the hand.
He beat me on the ace.
Are better than yours. Don't cry.
Should be returned this weekend with Fatal Frame, maybe. I think I can stay awake. Which Fatal Frame, though? That's the question. Because isn't the second or third one they'll put you to sleep? I forget which one's the really shit one that no one likes. Make sure you have a good installment in the franchise.
Really smell like detritus?
Oh,
I am going to play this one.
Okay. Can't hurt to check. Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, I check.
thank God you're here. I'll bet.
These are full.
I'm gonna go toe to toe with strong bad. No.
I check once. Not so much fun.
Maybe I won't check.
Starting with the first, and I'll be playing my way through all of them. Okay. So like what I've been doing with Fuga Melodies of Steel. I see. Oh, that's a pair. That's my lucky break. I'll call it.
Oh, reminds me of the time I played checkers with Super Ball in the Oval Office with a board made of suspiciously human-looking bone.
Excuse me?
I bet.
Alright, now let's raise.
Oh, all right.
Alright, strong bad. How about we go?
Man, I would hate to play against me. Squiddly wow!
Played him.
Have these big man cards.
Put him down there, boys. Hail to the
I
king.
will make hat from you, little bunny.
How about I just sit on your head and shoot guys?
Hail to the king, baby.
Good idea.
Decent game.
I am out.
Sometimes I'm good at playing poker, sometimes I'm not good. I'm not good at playing poker.
Oh, check.
Unfortunately, since it's all through, it's all simulation, but I was thinking this too, and this is just me thinking aloud, like a kind of like VTuber poker tournament, but I realized, oh yeah, not all of us have live 2D Bridger, including myself, and the fun part of poker, besides conversations at the table during earlier rounds, is also the fact that you're trying to read each other's faces, and those with the higher end models would be at a disadvantage to those with a bottom budget model. So most of the trip getting lost trying to find the ice machine because all the halls looked the same and made the mistake of running to the machine barefoot just once. You've probably no, Rue. You definitely put your big toe into that machine a couple times. I know it.
Like, why do my nipples exist? I don't even use them that much anymore.
Excuse me, Max?
You keep checking. I'll keep checking out the lay days.
Check.
I bet.
I call.
Nice. Check.
I'm gonna check.
All in.
Call.
I'm gonna call. I bet.
Max has a pair of nines. The player has a pair of nines. Strong bad has ace high. Max wins the hand.
Good to you, Max.
Reminds me of a story about a
The hallway leading to the machine got flooded. It only took stepping in once, freezing, and then they on Holy Whale never to do that again. Oh
Max
lord.
wins the hand. Strong bad.
We actually got flooded this past weekend because of the rainfall
Why sign up for these
in my neck of the woods, and we actually got,
get gobbled up by the
I think it was like
cheapskates problem?
1.5 to 2 to 3 feet.
300,
No, it was
600.
it was 4 feet of rain. That's what I recall. No, not 4 feet. No, that's illogical. No, like 1.5 feet of rain, I suppose. Is what? Yeah, it was 1.5 feet. So we use the metric system up here, and so they convert to centimeters. And I try, and they'll overbear to like 40 centimeters of rain. I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot. But no, we got about 1.5 feet of rain up here, and our basement got flooded. That was fun to pump out.
Sasha is getting
And you can tell my audio is a bit fucky-wucky right now because I'm not in my studio because I got flooded in the basement. So I'm in the process of moving that upstairs and building my studio back up here. So right now there's a lot of reverb off the walls.
raise.
I am raising.
No call.
Okay, I fold.
I am dead.
Someone left their bathtub running while they're... How the fuck do you manage that unless you're maliciously retarded?
I bet.
Okay, I'll call.
I check. Go all in. Tiny man thinks he can win.
The heavy has two pair. The player has a pair of jacks.
You won.
Heavy wins the hand.
Did you
Fuck.
out of ammunition? Even then I would
I forgot the heavy only plays hard when he has the upper hand. Like, I got cocky after winning against Tycho, because Tycho's usually the hardest.
Maybe. Fold.
Well, okay, I call.
I'll check.
I'm gonna check those cards too. Am I in your head?
It was in Tennessee, so make it that will Germantown, Tennessee, but still Tennessee. Oh. Ugh. I'll check.
On my sandwich. Cha cha cha.
Thanks, Happy. Very nice.
Alright, I check.
I'll check.
I bet.
I'll fold.
The heavy wins the hand.
Ha ha ha. This is easy game.
It was junk. 7 Jack. Cards are not my favorite tonight.
I am in and ready to crush baby man.
I'll call.
I check.
I'll call. Like, I still am trying to wrap my head around that. How do you manage? How do you manage the person to do that? I'll bet.
Call.
This is not much.
Ah,
Best it all.
Ooh. I am folding.
call.
Spit.
We have a pair. I won.
Lame.
Full house, actually.
Full house. Max has 2 pair. The player wins the hand.
Call it.
Horseshaw.
Okay, I'm a beat heavy now. Oh, still maxing. Okay.
Watch out now. I'm all in.
All right.
I am raising.
I'll play that.
Oh, I bet.
It's a pair for me. Perfect.
I am dead.
Pair of kings. That's all I have. I mean, are you playing poker? I am indeed playing poker, and if it's correct, Shogar should still be here, and Rue is over here on Twitch. I'm just going to let him say there's supposed to be someone in that room, and neither person ended up being there. At least that's my hope.
The player has a pair of kings. The heavy wins the hand.
What?
The heavy wins the hand.
Maybe you feel better if we play for less money or sleep.
Max has been eliminated from play.
I was going to listen. There's supposed to be someone in the room, and neither end person ended up being there. At least that's my hope. Yeah. I would. No, that would make sense. See, I would have said that if it was. No, wouldn't be an elderly person. I'm trying to think of okay in a hotel scenario specifically, especially at a nicer Hilton in a nicer area. That what could cause that? Unless it was a couple that got too carried away, that were supposed to take a romantic bath together, and then they dropped the clothing and got too carried away, and then I guess forgot to turn off the tub. They flooded. You trying to enjoy the stream? Oh, that's cute. Yeah. Well, my point is that I can only think of someone being distracted or going on a run downstairs. My admin team. Oh. I'm currently tempted to stay awake for a couple more hours. I gotta be awake much earlier than normally. What is new washing machine? Oh, jeez. Play. Oh, your admin team is losing their mind?
This is okay.
What the hell was that?
It's free.
I'm on a pair.
I bet.
I'll run with it. Call. 2 pair.
Raise. We raise. Fold.
Play him off his hand.
Player wins the hand. The blinds are now 400.
I remember the episode of A Thousand Ways to Die where a couple got boiled alive in a hot tub because they were drunk and high and the thermostat malfunctioned. How the See, that's the funny thing with A Thousand Ways to Die when that show was on. It was a dual suite, so 2 people in the room at least. Oh, then they were probably getting it on. They were probably getting it on and didn't realize they'd flooded the whole hotel and they were getting freaky with each other. H250. I thought you were talking about that episode of 1000 Ways to Die where there was a couple boiled alive. See, that's what I don't understand about that fucking show. Like, that show was popular for a short stint for like 1 or 2 years back when I was a kid. And the only episode I remember was when the one guy, actually the two scenarios I remember was when the one guy got high. I'm being bullied as per the norm, of course. But the one episode where the guy was zoinked off LSD or something, and he dove headfirst in the shallow end of a pool that was empty and cracked his skull open. The other one I recall was the 5 sorority girls doing a washing machine on a car, and they had left the waxer's cables exposed to the water, and it had a punctured cable on it, and it shorted the ground and electrocuted the 5 girls as they were next to each other, tits pressed up against the car window, and they all got fried, or they got electrocuted, killed. And then there's recently, I guess, 1000 Ways to Die came back to my memory recently, because someone was making a meme of when that one guy who was a chubby chaser got either his neck broken or suffocated to death when the obese chick sat on his head. They called in an expert opinion, so they got a chubby chaser for an interview on the show, who was a professional chubby chaser, to be interviewed for the show about precaution. And the funniest part was that he wasn't Jamaican. It was a white guy they had to interview.
I will play.
I like that.
I check.
I had a single king suite and mothling frequently caused 3 a.m. heart attacks. How the... Oh... I mean, would he get up in the middle of early morning, start squealing? Like, I know he's not a baby anymore, but like, did he get up in the middle of the morning, like, as excitedly to, like, make noise?
He's good, check. I check. I am betting.
The heavy has a flush. The player has 2 pair. The heavy wins.
Ah. There are a lot of deaths in that show that were all simple people getting freaky, getting frisky, as issue 50 says. Yeah, I guess if you're trying to sell a show, I mean,
I'm ready to crush
to this day, any form of media, whether that be streaming, would that be podcasting, if you have no talent, or you get talent later on, but don't have it when you start off with, the easiest way to get clout and views and clicks is being outrageous. And partial to that is playing to carnal desire, i.e. with sex appeal, or sexual innuendos, or the taboo, I guess you could say. That's why how many poor tubers will pop off, and yeah, they don't really do well on Twitch, but they're doing it to promote their fans, their OnlyFans. Or you have that Who's Your Daddy podcast, that literally it's that wife of this famous baseball player who asks the most degenerate questions about sex with every celebrity she gets on, because her partner that she basically snubbed and backstabbed to take over the show completely, they couldn't bounce between them their talk about having sex constantly, and she saw a bigger opportunity with interviewing celebrity women and being more of a misandrist. Now that's just that end, but I'm just talking about, but we're going back to a more of a general statement. It will never, it's always going to be the fact that, yes, I get sex appeal sells. That's a guaranteed. Same token too, I'm still shocked that to this day, in the openly perverted, almost degenerate, actually not almost, absolutely degenerate society we are in currently, that people are still allured by sex to that degree. or can make an easy, quick buck or quick jumpstart to a career in some way to build a foundation off of.
I check too.
Check.
Oh, check. Check, check, check. On my sandwich. Cha, cha, cha. Oh, I bet.
The heavy has two pair. The player has a pair of kings. The heavy wins the hand.
I am always winner.
Call.
I raise. Oh, you still want to play?
I don't have any other choice.
I am not betting, but I do not quit.
Touche.
These are check. Check. All right, I raise. We raise. All right, I raise.
He's going all the way in.
Oh, I will not let you get away without showing big man cards.
Kill me fast, heavy.
Player has two pair. The heavy has a pair of 10. The player
Pulled it.
Borishaw.
How do you like that one? How do you like them apples, boy? Oh, it's been a nice cool night. Ooh, what'd you send me? Take a hallway filled with the... Somebody think was messed up if you recall. Like, well, H50, I just recalled the only ones I can remember. Aww. Oh lord, your kid is... Oh no, like, your kid's got the Sonic dolls? You got the Mothling the Sonic dolls? Oh shit, really? Please, Rue, please do not let him be a Sonic kid growing up. Well, okay, like, I guess he likes Sonic right now, but don't let him get too in depth into Sonic. I was very interested in Sonic as a kid, and I grew up with the earlier internet. Mothling is never living down his hotel sleeping habits. Oh boy. I'm assuming the little gaffer's probably afraid of new like environments, but my point is when I was a child, I was a Sonic kid. And I discovered the magical world of online Sonic fandom when I was a child. Meaning, I discovered DeviantArts at a young age. So please, just keep an eye on him, and also don't let him get into reading the Archie comic runs. Please don't let him get into reading the Archie comic runs. Have him stick to the mainline stuff. He'll come out normal. He will not end up like me as a VTuber down the line. Do not let him get into the Archie comic stuff, please.
In.
Bet.
Call this baby bet. I can call your bet and
Did young Sirius ever see Big Titty Rouge the Bat? My brother in Christ, it was not Rouge, it was Sally Acorn. And Bunny Rabbit. I read the comics. The Archie line is dead. I know. But remember H250. I was a child during the Ken Pender during the fallout from Ken Pender's day. I know it's IDW. I was a child during the Ken Pender's fallout. He likes Sonic horror games. That's a rabbit hole I didn't know existed. You didn't know about Sonic EXE. Oh no, your boy's discovered something he should not have discovered. Please don't let him get near that stuff. That creepypasta fanbase is also very weird. Don't let him get near that. Soon he'll actually discover Cold Steel the Hedgehog, which was made as a joke back in the day of like Sonic OCs, where people would this guy basically made the perfect meme, which is called Cold Steel. And Cold Steel was a meme to take the piss out of like people who'd make like those, because like back in the day, like you had the bronies that had their own OC like ponies and stuff, but the Sonic fan base would try to be edgy with their stuff. So the Cold Steel meme was made as an ironic joke with a skip the Archie comic stuff, jump straight to the Lara Sue chronicles. Exactly, just hop to Lara Sue. That is actually the good stuff. But my point is that the Cold Steel was a joke made back on a DeviantArt account, which was poorly written English. It was E for everyone, but it was supposed to be very edgy in appearance and the way it was described and shown. And it was like with personal jabs to a kid at the school called Kyle that this guy did not like. So, and the famous catchphrase of Cold Steel the Hedgehog was, what was it? Oh shit, I just had it to my tongue. Nothing personnel, kid. Like it was spelled, it wasn't spelled personal, it was spelled personnel. Like an officer personnel. Shogar? What is it, Shogar? Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm talking about Cold Steel the Hedgehog right now.
I promise, if you fight me, it will not last long. I kill quick, but not clean.
Far too late. Candle Cove is his favorite creepypasta. Oh, he's not deep in the Sonic fan of SCP stuff though. The Lara Sue stuff is weird. The big lip fish hedgehog Pender's Joss. Oh no. Oh shit. Isn't the Lara Sue stuff the Pender's original content? Okay. Oh no, sorry. Shrogar caught me off my game. So when I'm gonna pause for a sec. I was not thinking of Lara Sue. The name I confused with a different thing, okay? There was a run, post Ken Penders, and I forget who was running at that time, but it was one of the better writers. And then during the fallout and mess of the Ken Penders comic series, it was the basically the Chinese Lynx group that had basically got underneath my control of Robotnik, and that one mage girl that they basically fried electrically later on down the line. Like they almost killed her through electrical frying. It was like Lara did show up in the comics, but nowadays people know her from that. I know. Like, let's stay on my topic here. It was like the Storm Lynx or Thunder Lynx, I forget what they're called, but they basically looked like Nicole. But it was like basically like Shaolin. It was basically like Avatar: The Last Airbender. You confuse it with the Julie Sue, but like, that's it. That's Julie. That's it. Oh fuck me. I'm sorry. Okay, but also what Rue said. How the hell? No. Okay, if your kid's already gone to Candle Cove, you need to kind of like keep an eye on where he gets into with creepypasta, because creepypastas get pretty weird. If he brings up Kaladin Local, like the one I remember as a child, as a teenager actually, I was a teenager when I was into creepypastas. He just likes the games, TV shows, movies, and the .exe, of course. The one creepypasta I would say you should keep him away from. There's a lot of them actually. Russian Sleep Experiment's one of them. Don't forget Charmy B's brain damage. Oh yeah, I forgot Charmy B got his brain scrambled. But Rue, what I'm trying to say here is monitor what creepypastas he gets into, because a lot of them are for very more mature audiences. Like the good ones are for very mature audiences, like the Russian Sleep Experiment. But the one I'd say to also keep him away from until he's older is Kaladin Local, because Kaladin Local 1999 was a story from the perspective of a child who remembers a local TV broadcasting station from Caledon, Ontario. And Caledon, Ontario is a real place, by the way. I have been to Caledon before. It's not a bad city or a bad little town. But Caledon Local was basically a guy pretending to be called Mr. Bear and Mr. Bear's playroom or something like that. But Mr. Bear would lure children to his home in Caledon, and Mr. Bear would abduct them, and they found 13 burnt corpses of children in a forest, and Mr. Bear disappeared, but Mr. Bear was still contacting the OP over time about updates and like trying to talk to him and like speak to him, like keeping an eye on him essentially. It's really well written, but it's pretty not creepy. Like it's definitely for a more mature audience with the subject matter of what it entails. It's more than just like oh, you know, the scary for kids like Five Nights at Freddy's. It's like, no, it is based on actual, like actual true crime cases. It's rather terrifying. I might have just beat the heavy. I remember my experience with creepypasta. Some stuff was just messed up. Exactly. The Russian sleep experiment for me was like, the Russian sleep experiment is such a good one because of just the sheer insanity that it entails is just horrifying.
I would just crush your tiny head in my hand.
Lines are now 500, 1,000.
Jack and 4. So what's the deal with the Tails doll? Oh yeah, that was its own thing. Oh jeez. Are we talking about this? No, just the chandelier is the one that stuck in my head years later. Yeah, chandelier was a pretty big one too.
I am all in. Oh. Oh.
The player has 2 pair. The heavy has a pair of 2.
I win.
The player wins the hand.
How can little baby play giant man card?
The player wins the tournament.
You are credit to team.
Nice. Alright, so I got Chet Chester Cheddar Checker. Perfect, that's my new nickname. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab a fake beer and be right back. And yes, I do drink non-alcoholic stuff. Don't laugh at me. My liver can't handle it, but I do enjoy a good Red Brew every once in a while. Tails always just some random thing that's some playable character in Sonic are, oh yeah, that was it. And then they spun it off from there. So his uncle got him the Sonic and Tails doll, and you just cannot sleep without them. All those other plushies you can leave at home, but Sonic and Tails are a must. Well, when I was a child, my plushie that I could not leave without, and I took it everywhere, I even strapped to my bicycle, was Yoshi, a little Yoshi plushie. I'll be right back. That's better. Pikachu used to be your go-to back in the day when you were a kid. That's cute, HG50. But yeah. Honest to God, here's the thing. It's not alcoholic because I can't drink alcohol myself, but this non-alcoholized beer that I pick up from the grocery store is it's President's Choice, but
Someone to order you some food?
that means it's a store brand only, and it's this thing called Red Brew, and Red Brew is just like a red lager, but it's actually really good. Like, it doesn't taste like piss water. It's a nice solid lager. Has a nice smooth approach to it. I mean, For a fake beer, it's not bad.
I'll call.
Calling.
Queen and eights. I'll play.
I'm betting.
Raisin in the sun. No.
I fold.
Oh, hang on, we got the tunes were killed. Hang on, the tunes are killed. Go back to... Okay, I'll play this one.
I bet.
Alright, Sonic. Have a nice fall, you stupid bit. Oh, fuck, where's that from? I'm... Shogar, you're bringing back memories from my day. You're bringing back memories, okay. Oh, fuck, I gotta look this up here. Now, you triggered a core memory for me here. Okay, give me a sec, I'm gonna pause the game and go over to my... That's a nice little freeze frame on Strong Bad. But you remind me of a series I used to watch as a child. Okay. Sonic, Mario, 64. Was it 32 or 64 bit? Series. Ball fighting. Okay. I found it. Okay. Okay, I just unlocked a core childhood memory. Sorry, Shogar, I DM'd you with something in the Discord. Have a nice flight. Okay, Shogar sent me something I'll check out. But what Shogar basically did is he sent me down on a path to when I was really little. And once again, I talk about this. I got on the internet when I was about 5 years old. I was using YouTube when I was 5 years old. That was back just before the '08 recession. Was at the peak of early age YouTube when it was just nothing but creativity and ads and AdSense and revenue. None of this was a thing in anyone's head. You were viral at 100,000 subscribers. Like this is the era of YouTube I remember. And what he just did is remind me of a Newgrounds series that got ported over to YouTube, and it was called Super Mario Bros. Z. It was basically what it was. It was a crossover with Sonic the Hedgehog and Super Mario in a 64-bit or 32-bit art style format, animation, where it took the crossover and made a Dragon Ball Z, not even just Dragon Ball Z, like a lot of just Dragon Ball at the time, I mean the peak Dragon Ball, and turned it into a mini series on YouTube with its own story arc and development. And you just fucking woke that shit in my head, and I've not thought of that in years. What did you send me, Shogar? What did you send me, Shogar? What did you send me? Photos. Shogar. Holy mother of shit. What the fuck did you... Shogar, what the fuck is this? Okay, you know, we're pulling this shit up on stream. Hang on. I gotta pull this up on stream. Shogar, what the fuck did you send me? Shogar, what the fuck did you just send me? Hang on, I gotta pull this up on stream. I don't usually go to the dim core because I like to keep my stuff private, but hang on. Like, oh fuck. Okay. User. let's see where you posted it, because you posted this shit in general. I'm just saying. Okay. Oh, that's a pleasant thing to see. Okay, if Rue is still here, my YouTube chat member sent this to me. When he was on all the Archie comic runs, he sent me this shit. Shrogar, what the fuck? I'm making this my new profile pic. Robotnik lips. It's just Giga Chad Robotnik. Man, I'm gonna make this my profile picture. That's my new profile picture. What the fuck? He also sent me that video. Hang on. We're going down memory lane here. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Okay. If this works, that's some lovely Ken Penders right there, boy. I fucking hate you with that, man. That is awful. That's not remind me of Ken Pender's existence. Never forget that is an official comic cover Archie comic. You know what the funny thing is? I know people remember Archie comics for its bad years and bad runs. I recall, because I used to have omnibuses or anthology collections that were either around thematics or anything, sort of when Archie used to print them, and I had a couple of them growing up. And I recall specifically, if you look at before Ken Penders and before he tried to make it this weird drama club, which by the way, his self-insert was a 24-year-old skunk super spy that tried to groom Sally when she was 16 years old. Fucking Christ. Saying that shit out loud is making me want to drink more of this beer. But, in the early comic runs, before Ken was on board, and it was still closely related to the old Sat-Am art style, and it was mainly more comedy than anything else, with maybe some stories to it, but it was mostly more comedy. I remember when Robotnik used to be just the sardonic goofball character that would make references to literary themes and tropes, like even using Alfred Hitchcock's explaining through it. They had a joke where they literally had his shadow casted as Alfred Hitchcock and explain the MacGuffin, where it's a motion of a knowable tragedy that you know is going to happen, but you simply have to watch it see through to the end. And that was with Tails falling in love with Fiona Fox, as Fiona was basically using Tails to get access to the Chaos Emeralds. Ken Penders watched Looney Tunes, saw Pepe Le Pew, and said to me, like, literally, that's what he fucking did. And then they did, like, because like when they finally, whoever followed Ken Penders, I keep forgetting who did, but when they had to basically unfuck the whole comic run, okay, when they had to unfuck the whole comic run, they were still trying to run with the story thematics and arcs and like darker tones and drama they had done with the previous series. Now there were some good runs in there too, but there was a problem with this because you had a literal house of cards, like in reference to the show, as it was just starting, they decided to name an arc the House of Cards, which, you know, is already thematic for, it's already a trope regarding political play, and it's a not a catchphrase, it's an analogy for, that's used heavily in literature stories, like political literature stories. My problem is that they were doing this, and then they took one of Ken Pender's many characters he made, Elias Acorn, who's probably one of the few characters that Pender's made was actually decent, which is Sally's brother, older brother. And when they exiled him, and this is where it gets weird, they decided to make Elias into a Black Ops operative, and then someone at Archie, before they went IDW, long before then, but someone at Archie basically said, "Alright guys, this is getting too fucking weird. Like, we've already jumped the shark some ways of Sunday already. How about we just do a complete universe wipe, right?" And when Sonic comes out the other side of it, he's traumatized for like 10 issues, basically. His whole known universe is gone. He doesn't know where the hell he is. And then they just run with the idea of, okay, now all of a sudden he's fine and we can go back to our lighthearted stuff. Remember the one time that Knuckles got possessed by an Egyptian? I remember that. I'm not even sure Rue is still here listening to this stuff, because this sounds like schizophrenic ramblings of like a weird fanfiction you find on AO4, but this is real, like Archie comic run Sonic shit. I am not kidding you. This is what it was. It was such a mess. And you have to remember, I'm not like a man-child who's gone back and bought the comics and is reading it. I am remembering what I read as a child. An early teen growing up. I am remembering this stuff. This is how even a child, even a like a 9-year-old boy was looking at this comic writing and going, "This is garbage." This is tripe. See, this is one of the many reasons why I got into manga over comic books, because like how there is no continuity or keeping a longer plot through serialization that you can say aloud and people are like, okay, that's pretty cool. Because if you say this shit aloud, it's like, that's the dumbest thing I heard of, and you can't even back up. It's like, no, but it's really good. No, you you admit yourself, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Also, one time Sonic abducted human children. Oh my god, you. My brother in Christ, this is. You're making me go down too much of a memory lane right now. How the fuck? What the fuck? Oh no, you're making me remember that too. Yeah. God, that franchise, not even a comic run, the whole franchise has got one of the worst reps for a decently middling platforming game, side-scrolling franchise. Like the only other franchise, like video game franchise, I can think that has this weird, and like terms of like the same genre as Sonic the Hedgehog, has this same weirdness of a cult of personality with as much bad actors with notoriety to them, is Spyro. And that's only because of the subway image. That's it. Like, anything you know is going to be horrific, questionable shit, whether made by official franchisee owners or made by or through fans or the community, as of recently we saw with Mia Berry, with that bitch Mia Berry going after that one VTuber. That's like the most recent kick in the bucket too. I mean, Chris Chan, for God's sake, right? Kids, there's nothing more cool than being hung by someone you like, but if someone tries to touch you in a place and way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good. Son of a bitch. Like, what other series? What other series has... And that's not even the weirdest thing, too, right? And I'm gonna step away from the comics for a sec, Rogar. And we've basically kiboshed the poker stream at this point, because now we're talking about Sonic. Do you know what else I recall? Because I actually own the games on the Wii. I got both of the Sonic Storybook games because they were trying to make a Sonic run of classic literature, but you play as Sonic through a 3D world through different forms of classic literature. At this point, I think Rue's gone to bed. I don't even think she's here anymore. But you had the 101 Nights, 101 Arabian Nights, which was the Sonic and the Seven Rings. And then they followed it up with Sonic and the Black Knight, which is Arthurian Legend, or King Arthur. And they basically kiboshed anything else after that because the games were so pandered, not for the story, mind you, not for the graphics, but for the gameplay, because it was through the Wii motion controls where you flick in the wrist and do weird shit with the nunchuck and main control system. That was just like, the fuck is the point of this game, right? Like, even Sonic Unleashed knew not to do that shit on their system, but with like the Black Knight and the Seven Rings, they had no idea what they were doing. Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight motion controls, exactly. Like, the story was decent, like for a Sonic game, mind you. It was, in fact, it was literally a slam dunk. It was just, okay, let's take our recognizable characters and put them in place of the role in the story for the classic literature, right? So you already have a slam dunk of a story written for you, or writing thematics written for you, and legends written for you, and you just plop your characters in there like a Simpsons episode, or like a retelling of the Odyssey, if you will, and that's very topical, right? And they fucked it up with the motion controls. Like, how else do I explain this better? And that's weird too. Like, I also want to bring this back to the Wii. On the Wii, I think everyone had a Wii system at one point. Maybe not everyone in chat, but you knew and you played on a Wii, definitely. It was the best-selling console in history. And they still made games up until 2024, 2023, with the last Just Dance title being put on the Wii. My case in point is that the Wii had such garbage shovelware, which we know of. But by the same token, if it wasn't games that were already imported over, like original Wii titles or titles that were cross-platform, that could be played on the Wii, there were a few that were able to utilize the motion controls properly. And funny enough, those were tie-in sport franchise games, I remember correctly, because when I was a child, and this probably goes in hands with me being a VTuber nowadays and being not just being a VTuber, but I'm mechanically autistic. Like, I love cars, I love racing. Eggman was assaulting a true follower of Islam. He was promised 800 egg virgins. Oh god. 800 Amy Rose, 100 Amy Roses, 72 Amy Rose virgins. Oh god. But I was going back to when I was a kid, the games that best utilized some of the like best games to utilize those Wii motion controls when I was a kid was the Monster Jam titles. Now, Monster Jam, if you don't know, is a professional league for monster truck teams to put their trucks forth into basically a seasoned and standardized league. It was Urban Assault and Path of Destruction. Those were the two games I played on the Wii. And arguably, Path of Destruction was a lot more chunkier and heavier to drive the trucks, but Urban Assault was probably the best title for Monster Jam overall, with the amount of love and passion was put into it. And it was very highly energetic. The trucks had some weight, but they're also very flighty. Like, you're dealing with all this power, and that thing just wants to go sideways on you all the time. Screaming into the abyss, I had to restart my phone thinking if someone was like off the phone. Turns out Apple subscription services are just borked, of course. Of course, iOS is screwing you over. But we're talking about the Wii here. We're talking about the Wii motion controls for a sec. And I think for the games that I played as a kid, those were probably the best motion controls. Actually, for any of the racing titles, I think the best ones that utilized the Wii's motion controls were Monster Jam Urban Assault. It's probably the best one. From there, I think the motion control was only good. The motion controls were only good in one other franchise or one other title for the Wii, and that was No More Heroes, because No More Heroes was literally built for the Wii from the ground up. Not as shovelware, but as an actual Suno game from the ground up. And No More Heroes 1, and I was 2 on the Wii as well? No, it was just 1. 1 was very a la Eggbad. Oh fuck, Sugar. The fuck are you saying? But as I was saying, is that No More Heroes 1 was probably the best Wii game for the motion controls, because it literally was built from the ground up to use motion controls from the Wii. I don't even think Knockout utilized the motion controls properly, and that's a Nintendo title they had for the Wii, and they couldn't use the motion controls properly for that either. So the only other, like, maybe Wii Sports, but I'll give the ball again. That one utilized it well enough, but that's a whole different story.
London, one of Harmson's late-night Jenga jams. I bet. Don't worry about your chippies, little chippies. Strong bad has 2 pair. The player has a pair of 2s. Strong bad wins the hand. Oh man.
Oh yeah, No More Heroes is so much fun.
Flip over my cards to win all.
It was a great franchise. We're not talking about, I'm not gonna talk about 3, but yeah, No More Heroes was absolutely a baller. It was a
You guys get
fun
cards and not
game.
thinking about playing cards.
Taika, what's your problem?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Done. Check.
Ooh.
be the one to put some money in. Scared tease.
This is not much.
I'll bet a small amount, so you amateurs don't wet yourselves.
I call this baby bet.
Pity. Ah,
I'll bet.
Are you ready to read cards and then cry like baby?
sure. Read 'em and wait, boys.
Bad has a pair of 8s. The heavy has ace high. The player has a pair of 8s. What? This hand is way awesomer than yours.
Yeah, we.
A bonus for style points?
4 and 8. I'll roll with it. Alright, let's rock.
Hey, I call.
Okay, I raise.
He raised.
Now my question is, are they...
Money does have the ability to cloud one's judgment. I don't think so.
Oh, come on, Tycho.
Time to show your
How are you gonna win your battery ass and cat urine hookup?
I call.
I'll call.
I still have that every time I see Tycho now. Oh ma. Oh mama. Oh mama. Oh mama. Okay.
I'm raising.
That's a 3-hand ace.
I'll fold.
This is not much.
Oh.
I bet.
Oh
I
lord.
raise.
All right. I raise. You would fight me? It is not advisable.
I probably lost already, but
I'm folding.
you enjoy the Song of Mario game. Oh, I didn't get to play those. Ooh.
The heavy has no full house. The player has no full house.
But don't you ultimately lose because you are so tiny?
Alright, I'll take that. Well, that's 2 split pots in a row. I never had the Sonic and Mario Olympic Games. I actually wanted them, but I never got my hands on them. As well as Mario Strikers 2. Mario Strikers was another game I never got my hands on either. Oh well. You guys remember too, I started playing a lot more games that I fell in love with that I used to just watch Let's Plays of when I was a kid, later on in life, because even though I came from a decent income of family with a decent income, if I wanted a game, I had to buy it myself. Now I had an allowance, but there was a pittance allowance when I was a kid. And I also had to work really hard to save up for stuff. And, well, it just never came to fruition. And I had the Wii until like 2015. That was my only console until 2015. So I was very far behind in what I could get my hands on. So keep that in mind, as you will. I didn't have the most experience with a lot of games. I started playing them later on in life. Well, I actually built my own PC later on. So, I guess really is that you might see me play games I've always wanted to play sometimes on stream, but there's like ones I just kind of got into playing recently, and I am so fresh off playing them. So, but I basically grew up watching Let's Plays for a lot of them because I just didn't have the capabilities. Even our PC didn't have the capabilities to run pirate stuff. We had a 2001 Dell PC until I was like 12 or 13. I wasn't really allowed to play video games growing up. I was 17. I got my first gaming console. Yeah. Like, see, Rue's bringing this up here too. Now, I don't like people who only watch videos or like YouTube and essays on games or on franchises or edits. Like, I literally deal with people who are like, I'm a fan of Resident Evil, and they only watched, in their words, watched the TikTok edits of Resident Evil Leon Kennedy. They don't even know who Chris Redfield is. And I'm like, listen, I didn't get to play this shit when I was a child, but I played these games later on in life, and you damn well know I played them. So, what's the excuse on you now not playing them yourself, right? Like, if you really want to be into a franchise, don't say you're a fan until you actually play the game. And yes, while Rue and I might have a later start point in life for this stuff, bear in mind that at least we tried and bothered to make ourselves get out there and play these games and try to catch up with everyone else, play them bit by bit. A lot of other people are just lazy and will try to ruin franchises they have no place in being in, and they want to call everything a community nowadays, even though it's not a community, it's just being a fan of a franchise. And they feel like they have authority to speak over on these type of things. I mean, I guess being a fan of the aesthetics. I guess being a fan of the aesthetics. Well, like what I'm trying to say, Ro, is I guess I'm going on a long tangent here. How do I put this? It's the same disdain and disdain for the slothdom and disingenuousness of someone who, for example, you know me as being a bit of a mechanic VTuber. I've spoken this, I'm a car enthusiast. I am very knowledgeable about vehicles and repairs, and explain to chat different engines, and explain racing pedigree and history to them. That's me, really. I recently raided into a VTuber by the name of Ashton Martin, and Ashton Martin's much larger than me, but she is a car racer VTuber, and she just got back from Offkai, and she was talking about. I asked her the question. I said, "Do you own?" Because every car VTuber I've talked to, they don't really own a car. So I asked her, politely in chat after I rated her. I said, "Hi, I'm another car VTuber. Which car do you have, or do you own a car that you work on?" And she got hyper defensive, and she basically admitted that I don't actually work on cars or own a car or drive cars or know how to drive a vehicle. But how dare you, assume these things? I was basically asking her, like, no, I'm just asking what car you have. And what I'm getting at here is that I'm tired of people wearing my hobbies, my passions as a costume for them to make money off of, right? Because she has no idea what the fuck she's talking about outside just a few words like for racing, like pole position or GP, and I'm like, do you even know anything about cars? Meanwhile, though, I guess maybe she was also not happy because I had interrupted her during her talking about Offkai and the house party gangbangs they have at Offkai. Which, by the way, I would not be surprised if you Google documents from that shit. That happened recently.
Oh, I race.
Meanwhile, I'm over here obsessed with the game Killer Chat because I randomly found it on Steam. Exactly. One of the games I found on Steam or through a streamer I watched called The Almighty Lolly was Just Drive, which I still have, and I play it every so often. And Just Drive is an RPG where you basically control your destiny through a summer road trip, and you make decisions for yourself on how to keep your vehicle going, but also where to end your story.
I'll re-race.
It's a really fun game. You'll find a lot of diamonds in the rough like that.
You have hands like young girls.
Got a regimen, yo. I keep them moist.
So you are more of sneaky, stabbing type.
In an extreme circumstance, maybe. Or if someone's being a huge...
I keep my eyes on you.
No. I wasn't implying...
Frustration! What?
The player has two pairs.
Come to Papa.
A pair of tens.
Come to Papa.
Player wins the hand.
How can little baby play giant man cards?
Come to Papa.
Has been eliminated from play.
Woo! Thank God that's over. I've had to go to the bathroom for ages. Bye.
Thanks, Max. I went for the next monthly alpha expanded edition for Killer Chat. The OG is free on stream and itch.io, but expanded. Oh, that sounds fun. Oh, hopefully it comes out soon. I'll call.
I'll check.
I'll fold out this one.
Alright, I check.
I have some very strange horror romance games on Itchy. Well, that's a question. Can you play them on stream? I had the Mario and Sonic Winter Olympics one. This one had rival fights, one of the rivals being Eggman Nega. Oh, yes, Nega Eggman. Okay, pardon me, Rue, but there was a meme a while back where it was the way that like the Nega chin from Fairly Odd Parents, like negative Nega, and basically the way it sounded kind of sounded like it sounded like my nega. And I'm still saying nega, mind you. Like straight up made me question the developer, but I did download them regardless. Yep. And it was basically that was a shit post from a while back now. But yeah, Shorgars reminded me on the YouTube side of things about the character of the Nega Eggman. Or Eggman Nega. Doesn't help that my own voice makes it sound like I'm saying the actual word.
I call.
And that she's...
I'm calling. I check.
I checked it.
Oh, I love to hear it.
Check disc.
Hmm.
Call this baby bed.
My favorite ones I won't stream because they violate my own stream rules, not Twitch's rules, just mine. What are your rules, mind you?
Wow, impressive folding, something face. Can I get you to fold my laundry?
No, thank you.
Make this a little interesting, shall we?
I raise like flag of motherland over bloody battlefield. So much money.
Think of how boring this game would be if I didn't know I was going to get till the end.
I fold.
What are your rules regarding games is my question there. Like, no sexual content allowed on your stream there? Which I can understand, like, I have my own parameters around that. Usually it's not what I say, but usually the content I allow on stream, but, you know. Pretty simple, no politics, no religion. If you know my real name or know me IRL, no, the fuck you do not. Don't be the wrong kind of creepy. Exactly, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, bro.
Ha! No way. I am in and ready to crush baby men.
Like, I always say for my chat, and I think you heard me say the spiel, I've had new chatters come over so often. I have no rules when it comes to chat outside of no self-promotion, no posting links, and if it's something that can be legally considered a death threat, and I do mean like acts of violence, terrorism, threats to rape, like actual, like not even the shit posting I'm pissed off gamer rage type, but like actual credible threats of violence that can be used, that can be looked into by federal prosecutors. I will ban that from my chat. Outside of that, it's free ball. You can say whatever you want. You can slur like a Klansman for all I care. I don't care. I have some weird schizo by the name of Yellowstone who asks me weird esoteric political questions, and I'm just like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I allow it in my chat, but I'm not going to respond to you. I just think you're weird. That's how kind of laissez-faire I usually am, but I do have stipulations like that for chat or for my own server. Like if I ever was to do a collab in the future, which I don't think I ever really want to do because I'm not that type of guy. I flirt with my co-streamers like constantly because they're like my mod team and closest friends, but I've had some viewers like question, doesn't that bother your husband? Meanwhile, my husband's in the chat doing the same thing. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are fine with it, that's grand. Like Cha-Cha, the VTuber Cha-Cha, she does that. She has her husband with her monitor. Banana Juju, her husband's always with her on stream too, and they do like fake flirting in that regard with chat as for the joking manner of it. They don't do actual flirtatious or like actual flirting. They just do things for the bit, right? I guess what kind of like you're doing. Meanwhile, their spouse, typically husband, is right beside them at all times, and with them, and they're just doing it for the bit. Which there's no problem in that. I don't see a problem with that at all. But I was going back to is like if I was ever to have the opportunity to collab, and this is me if I was ever to pop off, which I, you know, when I put videos out there, not more just like the React clips, but like actual videos and actual shorts, if I ever get large enough, I have like 3 stipulations for who I'd ever choose to collab. I also call her my Twinkosaurus Rex. I don't know how I even got in trouble yet. You won't get in trouble for Twinkosaurus, trust me. But what I'm trying to say here is if I was ever to collab with a VTuber, this is just me thinking aloud here. My rules are for people who I'd collab with is 1, no say so for their safety, because I am a loose cannon with what I say, and if I get pissed off enough, if you ever, and thankfully you're not here for my body cam streams, Rue, but whenever I watch body cams and it's a certain individual, like doesn't really matter whether a race or sex, but if they do set me off the wrong way, I will start slinging like it's a Modern Warfare lobby. So I do need to monitor myself in that regard, or if I get too excited, I might get a little bit gamery, if you will. But by that same metric, that's just for their protection. The other 2 stipulations I have for collabs are no one that politically hates me, i.e. wants me dead politically, or B, no lewd tubers or anyone with a fansly or OnlyFans in their profile. I don't want to deal, you know, more hoes, more problems. I don't deal with that, and I stay away from crazy, like with a 10-foot pole. So, by that metric, that's just what I believe in if I was ever to do a collab. But those are rules. Like I have very few rules when it comes to streaming, but it's basically if it falls in the crimes of actual crimes of violence for a chat, then I will say, hey, you know, get the fuck out, or, you know, posting links or self-promotion, that because that can be risque in its own right. But also, it's mainly just I kind of like being in my own like little lane.
Are you naming your chips?
They all fight like good friends. I am going to play this one.
Let's do this.
Alright, Psycho. Let's rock.
I've got 5 on it, and by 5, I mean a modest sum.
Also, do people think I'm flirty with my viewers and my friends and very specific viewers? They can be too. So I don't, which is why the "Don't Be Wrong" kind of creepy rule got instituted. I see. Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, because then some people hear like
I've got your ass
very
covered
obvious,
preemptively.
like for the bit joking or flirtation. Like when it reminds me of when I've actually had women hear how me and my friends would talk with each other. And if you don't know how like guys will talk, there's a lot of homoerotic jokes we make, especially if you're in blue collar positions. So when a girl comes by, they're like, "Oh, you guys are like doing yaoi," and like, "Oh my goodness, it's like you actually gay for each other." And it's like,
Easy access to knives.
we're quoting Gachi Mochi right now. Like we are doing this shit for a joke. People literally cannot parse from a massive neon sign says this is sarcasm, this is a joke. And they will. And I'm sorry. I guess you probably deal with it too. That people come in and actually think, "Oh wow, this is a lewd stream where we get to flirt and make sexy comments to each other." That's like, no. This is us having a little bit of fun.
I check.
I can imagine that drives you wild.
Tycho has 2 pair.
Ah.
Player has a flush. The player wins the
Oh yeah.
Look who's wearing the daddy pants.
Please don't ever say that again. Please don't ever say that again, Tycho. Please don't ever say that to me, Tycho.
I'm out.
It's calm.
Falling.
I'll drunk check.
Oh, I bet.
Raise.
All right, I raise.
Oh, all right.
I am folding.
I'm an 18 plus streamer not because I'm a lewd tuber, it's because I really say out of pocket things. That's what I am as well. I think I'm pretty sure I still have my 18 plus filter on. It's like I mark myself down as like, hey asshole, I'm 18 plus not because of sexual material, but because I'm like Adult Swim, or actually I'm just more like a dirty comedian out back. But so people see that 18 plus and get weird. Exactly. Well, here's the thing: if you put down 18 plus outside of the content filter and the tags, if you put 18 plus in the tags, then people will actually think that, because the only ones who put 18 plus in tags are the lewd tubers. Mind you that. So if you have it in your little tags underneath your profile, I advise getting rid of that and just keeping the content filter up, because that's the only way it tells you that you are 18 plus, right? That's the way I see it.
I do it.
Heaven or hell, let's rock.
I'm all in.
Alright, I won't back down. Call. I play games like Killer Chat and it gets funny, yeah. Oh, fuck.
Player has 2 pair.
Ugh.
One man wins the head.
Oh,
I've got the best cards, man. That's what they call me. Got the best cards, man.
I might take it 21 plus again because we have community drinking nights, which we can't do until my blood decides it's blood again. Holy fuck, you get drunk live on stream. Girl, I don't know how the hell you do it.
What I did to deserve
I don't know
this
how you do it.
Perhaps calling that lady a maggot yesterday has had some karmic impact.
I call.
What time is it?
We raise.
It's 10:52. Oh god. Yeah.
Call. I'm back.
Call.
Hope you're all wearing 2 belts, because I'm about to
I'll fold out.
Okay. Strong bad has two pair. The heavy has a flush. The heavy wins the hand.
Good call, Heavy.
Odds are better than yours. Don't cry. It is better to just hide in shade.
Blinds are now.
It's great. The last time we played a drink game on stream, we had one of the D&D buddies with us as well. And well, now we play D&D, and those are lots of little jokes about that stream during that banner. Oh boy, I can only imagine how that went. So Rue, I might as well tell you this because I've told Charlemagne and Shirogar and the guys on the YouTube chat this. So I don't drink alcohol because I have family lineage that has alcoholism problems. I've joked about before. I am Slovenian on quarter-wise of the family, so Slovenians entitled two things: femboys, and alcoholism. And I got the pretty boy look, but I also have more of the alcoholism on that side. No, so I don't touch the bottle. My problem is, I've been drunk only once in my life. And I discovered something very interesting about me being drunk. That's why I can't drink on stream either, even for the bit. I'm not a violent drunk. I'm not a horny drunk. I'm a very happy drunk, where I start giggling like a hyena and I can't stop giggling. But also, why I can't drink on stream is because I start to clean the house. And I say clean the house, I literally do mean I start doing house cleaning when I'm drunk. It was a house party I was at. And when they found me, I had brought in the mail, I had taken out the recycling, I was sweeping up the kitchen floor, I had Windexed the windows, I had done everything. Basically, I become a butler when I'm drunk. I became a house servant when I'm drunk. Which is funny enough because one of my family lineages were servants to big houses in England back when. So you have the 6'7" lynx meandering about a house, giggling his ass off, cleaning and recycling and sweeping up, and then when they found me, I was sweeping, and then I started to weave and bob, and then I went face first into the floor and dropped down, went face first on the floor, still giggling, and I just started mumbling, "Her floors are so dirty. Does she know how to clean? What type of woman doesn't know how to clean?" As I say that, as I'm laying there giggling and just kind of like rolling rolling on the now freshly swept floor and going, "Leave it to a man to do a woman's job." So I just roll around giggling. And mind you, 6'7", I do bodybuilding. I'm not the cutesy, like male VTuber you're thinking of. I lift like hundreds upon hundreds of pounds. So this big motherfucker with arms sculpted from marble, right, is just laying on the floor giggling and rolling back and forth and cleaning a house. And there's a maid dress joke in there somewhere. Actually, that's a thing that Charlemagne, my French-Canadian guy who made Serena, considered, is that one, to get a butler outfit for my model, and to start doing like if I was to ever get large as a VTuber with an audience, to sell butler merch, like Downton Abbey butler merch. Christ Jesus, I would maybe come up to your chest. That's the thing. A lot of people don't realize, because it's fine to, you know nowadays, like the number 6. If I say I'm 6'7", everyone goes, "Oh, haha, 6'7", juggle hands, everything." That's sort. I don't have the model to do that right now, right? But when people meet me in person, I am a tall and muscular motherfucker. You're 4'11", oh lord. I am a tall and muscular motherfucker, and but I'm also like the Jolly Green Giant, where I am very like quiet and very just like skittish, if you will. So you get this weird kind of like situation where I'm where I can do like feats of strength and like do heavy workload, but I got like I have the most delicate-esque hands when it comes to like just like handling very like fragile items, or my interests don't exactly meet my look. Batman, but Alfred is 6'10" and more muscular than Bruce. Fucking hell, Strogar. You know what I can only think of myself as, Strogar? If you've watched Hellsing, you guys, I know you've probably watched Hellsing. Everyone in the tall servers probably watched Hellsing. Cross Walter with the werewolf captain, and then you get me, right? I also apparently look far younger than I am, enough so that people try to say my driver's license is fake. Really? Really? Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. I just made the 6'7" joke, and here's my cards. Fuck off.
I'm raising. Raise.
I'll fold.
Oh, I'm calling.
Yeah, we get this. We get these fun bits or something. The game is the game hates me. I'll call. I'm gonna run this one out. Call. I'll rock. 4-3-6. Call. Just fuck my shit up.
I check. The player has a straight. Strong bad has a pair of fours. The player wins.
Nice. Would you carry Walter's razor wire or the werewolf's captain's extremely long-barreled Mausers? I like, funny enough, and this is only if you watched Hellsing, Rue. The captain's my favorite character. Doesn't say much, doesn't have much screen time, but I love the captain. He's just great. He's just great.
Russian spies. I hate
I love that character. So yeah, I'd probably take the long-barreled Mausers.
some deadly minxes named Natalia.
Because like the razor wire seems too flamboyant for my liking. I just kind of want to
You want hot
just
spies?
rifle-esque
Special man?
pistols.
I have friend who gets you a hot spy. Get him on the two-way, man. His name is Pyro.
Just real quick, the spy is hot in this case because it is on fire.
Oh, not as good.
Three of a kind aces, hell yeah. I have original and abridged. Nice. I've watched 2001 Hellsing, so the TV show. I've watched the Hellsing Ultimate, which is Madhouse, which was abridged. I have seen abridged, yes, not really my thing anymore. But I also have the 3 omnibuses, the hardcover omnibuses, and I only have the only anime figure I have is of Scarlet Queen Revy of Black Lagoon, but it's Revy in the BDSM outfit. I found it at Anime North, I think a year ago. I don't really buy statues or figures, so and the characters I want statues and figures of, they don't make the figures or statues of. I'll bet.
And call your bet and buy sandwich.
Oh,
Let's shiggy wiggy this.
checking.
Let's shiggy my wiggy. Coward.
I'll call.
The player has 3 of a kind. Haiku has 2 pair. The player wins the hand.
You have these big man cards.
I think it just
Has been eliminated from play.
There he goes again.
Suppose I'd better mosey.
See you, Tycho. Go back to your cat piss and battery acid.
Let's do this, chippies.
I'm gonna kill Strong Bad. I'm going, ooh, pear. Alrighty. Oh,
Check.
I like this song too. Oh, 2 pair. I'm about to eat my cat into the office. Oh, Rue. The reason why I referred Tycho there to those 2 flew is because there's a image someone made of Tycho. Because Tycho is from Penny Arcade webcomic series, and putting it simply, Tycho is the worst pervert in history of webcomics. And he's purposely made to be an absolute fucking degenerate. The less we say about his time in Skyrim, the better. Oh no, she's stuck my feet through the blanket. Okay, your cat's just being a cat. Okay, I thought you were referring to what I was bringing about Tycho, but someone drew a rough sketch image of Tycho strapped to a wooden chair with 2 IVs with cat piss and battery acid. It was just labeled on there, and it's just him doing this weird like face of painful pleasure that someone sent, because there's a VTuber named Chromu Mochu or Chromu, and she hangs around with Hinobina and Pippa and Mari _Rian, and she really likes Tycho for some reason, so someone drew that shit and posted that and would respond to her with that image every so often, every time she brought up Tycho. And it was just that image. It's just that image of him getting tortured.
She's not much.
And in the actual webcomic series, Tycho is just a... There is a line with him regarding a little... with a baby dragon that I cannot repeat. And they make a reference to some of his perversions in this game, where if he's on idle to a degree, he'll start talking to Max. And the things he says about giraffes are horrifying, to say the least. You have received +1 cat picture. Thank you. Thank you. Forgive me for this poor taste in joke, but consider I got a pussy picture. I got a picture of a pussy from a VTuber. I'm winning, boys.
The heavy has 2 pair. Strong bad has 3 of a kind. The player has 2 pair. Strong bad wins the hand.
Lives to see another day.
The hand.
These cards make your cards look like sad, tiny babies.
Yeah, he just lives to see another day. 2 and 9. Rockin' now.
I will play.
Really?
A tiny bit the size of the tiny heavy.
What are you talking about, man?
Oh, tiny heavy, you are so funny.
Oh. I was so tempted to send my most recent picture where I was flat out posting how they were over being carded, but I did not. Yeah, Rue, like, here's the thing. Like, I know we have a little, like, discourse through the Discord. I'm never, no matter how big I get as a VTuber, I'm never making a Discord for the sole reason is I don't want any, like, just any risk of, you know, hacking or dealing with the whole problem with the Discord server, but mainly, too, I also advise, since, like, you're probably the last VTuber I'll ever talk to via Discord, don't send any images that are, like, with personal or revealing information. Just, you know, be safe on the internet, too, you know? Because I'm just some random schmuck from somewhere in the ether. Like, don't send photos of your face. Don't do any of that. Keep your personal information to yourself, you know? I mean, I'm preaching the choir here, too, but just, you know as well as I do. I always advocate for privacy and security over everything else.
The heavy has a pair of 3s. The player has 2 pair. Strong bad has a pair of 3s. The player wins the hand.
Nice.
The player wins the hand. No. Plain old simple middle American values, no. strong bad has been eliminated from play.
Bye bye bye.
Quivering pile of not fun.
Yeah, I've been down that road. That's just your actual. I'm sorry to hear that. There's a lot of VTubers who are getting hacked from what I call with Discord. Like there was a massive backdoor, and a lot of them were clicking links or were clicking fishy emails because they were disguised as like sponsorships or as Twitch. And probably not in your case, but a lot of them were getting fished for this stuff. I know Ken Ashcorp got hit. I know Goro Gaomi got hit. I know Charlotte X Bear got hit by it. I know a couple other like large VTubers that got hit by it that actually I talked to a little bit. And I just said like this is why I'm hyper paranoid, especially in this day and age of bots and all these scammers. Like it's like, listen, there's stuff where it's very obvious. There's other ones where it's just I don't even run the risk of it. Also with Discords in particular, there's so much shit shows that go on with Discord, especially since I'm a very busy guy, that the idea of ever running a server for myself that was not just amongst friends is just too much for me. Oh no, not that I never had emails or click links from people I don't know. Just someone got super parasocial. Oh. Also, Rue, I also advise this to you too. If you're on desktop and on Windows, which you probably aren't right now because you're on your phone probably. If you ever send photos, before you send photos, you can actually clear any trackers regarding that photo on your desktop with Windows. Where basically you can remove all metadata off it. And before you send it or post it in Discords, if it's a real life photo of anything, remove the metadata off it because it'll remove location, it'll remove trackers, it'll remove basically anything you don't want to have there. Now you may not like this VTuber. I like her. I'm a fan of her. I've done a lot of fan events for her, but her name is Kirsha Verstal. And Kirsha is political, mind you. Probably not someone who you would like or agree with in many circumstances. But she had an actual problem last year where she was being, with actual death threats, incredible threats to her life that people were showing to her door to try, or apartment complex to try and kill her. Transsexuals, mind you, that were trying to do this. That she basically was telling everyone, like, listen, I learned this years ago, but you must learn this now too. Wipe any metadata off your photos before you post them, because some people are so not even tech literate, just are so involved and mentally screwed that they will do any way they can to find where you are to hunt you down. And whether they love you or are parasocial or hate your guts and they want to see you 6 feet under. That's why it's always advisable you do that as much as paranoid as all this sounds. I've seen this happen too many times to take chances like that. This is unfortunately, it's not like the early days of the internet, or like the 2000s and early 2010s of the internet where we grew up with, where it was like a lot more fun to be around. It's a era where there's a lot of people with screws loose, and there's also now a lot of third worlders who are getting access to the internet, and they are very creepy, and they also take a lot of action to try and fuck with people. I will have to remember that. Honestly, if delivery drivers can't find my house, I don't think a random psycho can either. Yeah. Well, nonetheless, don't take chances either. I'd hate to hear anything happen to you, you know?
Oh, I bet.
The heavy has 2 pair. The player has a pair of 10s. The heavy wins the hand. The blinds
Shit.
are now 400, 800.
I think JetBlue used to have that ring sound to it as well. I used to fly with them at one point.
I do not know.
I miss flying with JetBlue.
I
It
raised
was one of the finer of the cheaper airlines to go on. I nearly got rid of their blue potato chips, which always made me sick, so I wonder if they're doing well still this day.
I bet.
I'm gonna grab some water. I'm gonna finish my fight with the heavy first, and then we'll call it a night after that, but we'll finish this battle first.
Not even I take this long to run to point. I check this.
Yeah, I check too.
This is okay. I am betting.
The heavy has a pair of eights. The player has a pair of eights. The heavy wins the hand.
I will take
You want me on the king high. Yeah, that one parasocial interaction we had built up with an actual friend, and then I posted a picture of it with my friends, and they got really obsessed. Enough so that a Discord gaming boss sent them into a spiral because it didn't ship us together. Are you? Oh my god. And you're married, right? And he knows this person, or I don't know if it's a man or a woman. This person knows you have a kid and you're married, right? Like I don't get some people, truly.
I am going to play this one. It's good check. This is okay. I bet.
They had the audacity to tell my partners, the best friend, they were in love with me. Everyone told them, hey, that's not gonna go the way you think it is. Don't tell her that. Yeah, I don't get it either. Right? Like, just... Oh boy. There was a famous line, and I guess this guy is also political, and maybe not someone you might like based on what they say and what they do. But there's a famous content creator that a lot of people in my chat on the YouTube side know of, Rue, and his name was Mr. Medicare. It's still around, yeah, and he still streams. I like him a lot. A lot of people like him. He's an internet legend. But Mr. Medicare said this, and I know he was just applying it to content creators, but I apply it to everyone online. Online, there are no real friends. You don't, well, I guess because he was specifically talking about back in 2016, 2018 wise, but online there are really no true real friends anymore. That era's long since gone. And he said in content creation in particular, there are no friends. And the way I apply this to your situation here, I know this is all parasocial, it would be a different scenario, but the way I'm applying it is that how this person cannot realize in their own head that you're an online oomphy, you're a mutual online. You don't know you real life, I don't hang around with you real life. How could you not figure out that I'm not your friend, IRL, right? If we went as far as to meet up in person for the first time, if to hang out as friends, that's one thing, but and go the way he thought it would. I laughed hard because, my guy, I'm maybe polyam, but I'm not looking or interested. Okay. I mean, that's your prerogative if you want to be polyamory. I've said before I don't like or believe in polyamorous because it always ends badly from what I've seen. I'm not coming at you sideways, Rue. Trust me on this part. I'm just explaining. I know I'm very right wing, and I know you're more left leaning on the political aisle, but we are able to talk mutually in this regard. What I'm saying is, when it comes to this guy in particular, yeah, like, if someone can't catch a hint, regardless, that I have no interest in you and I'm already taken, figure it out, right? Time to move on.
Check on my sandwich. Cha cha cha.
But I was going back with Mr. Medicare, is that he spoke on this, and he said that in content creation there is no friends, and some people just don't get that. They truly don't. I know, you are absolutely right. It's because people just kind of take it as free-for-all. Communication isn't necessary or anything like that. Exactly. And
I check too.
The player has a pair of twos. The heavy has a pair of fives. The heavy wins the hand.
I'm getting knocked 7 ways to Sunday here.
Almost as fun as killing.
I might have just lost to him entirely. It's not one of the fatalities things, but I'm getting beat down here.
I raise. Interesting. Oh, I bet.
Anyways, because I'm pretty much just running to end of play here,
Very bad.
but I will say this, is that the reason why I'm also ending earlier tonight than usual is, tomorrow I have to go set up a massive, I've been with my partners 10 plus years, a lot of work, but even model relationships are too, yeah. But it's a lot of work, but even, monogamous relationships are too, exactly. What I was saying though is that, I'm gonna be... Oh, I won! Oh, lovely, because we're going to continue on play for a bit longer, but I was saying, though, is that if I end stream earlier than usual, it's because tomorrow I have to go set up a festival regarding ribs. So, like, my city's hosting a tour of, I guess, gourmet rib vendors, like, you know, barbecue ribs. And I'm not going, but I have to do the setup for it, regarding all the logistics and all the, hardware setup. This is my summer job while I'm in college, right? Because I'm working full-time in college. I'm in night school full-time college. And I work full-time in the day. So I will have to be doing that tomorrow. I'm not terribly looking forward to it because it's going to be a lot of freaking work to do, but it's not going to be as hard as other years as far as I am aware of. So, oh, that sounds like a Memphis barbecue fest. Yeah, it kind of like is. Different country though, and not even from Memphis, but like it's a different country, right? But we're gonna like think of like Calgary style ribs, like smoked hickory and maplewood like style ribs. That'd be more Calgary-esque. I'm not from Calgary. I'm just saying like in the style of what's being cooked there. Lots of beer trucks too. Lots of beer trucks as well.
I checked once. Not so much fun. Da, I bet.
But the funny thing is, and this is me talking from a rental company perspective that I work for. I usually go for the Memphis and May portion. I haven't been to the rib beer barbecue fest, so I won the sauce contest when I was. You won a sauce contest? You won a sauce contest. That's a lot. That's a lot to take in. Wow.
I am dead.
That's rather impressive.
I bet.
The heavy has a full house.
Shit.
The player has three of a kind. The heavy wins the hand.
Maybe you feel better if we play for less money?
I did it with a Jack Daniel's Chipotle sauce I spent months perfecting. No shit, really. That's impressive. Especially in Memphis. What I was gonna say is that working for this rental company,
More interesting.
we had the strangest. Here's the strangest thing we've never done before. So the people that run this event decided that they wanted to have they'd have all the tables that they order from us. So okay, we're gonna rent them the tables. I was in the first semester of culinary. My chef encouraged me to enter. Well, that's a good experience to have. And the fact that you won shows you had good experience to work as a chef. But my point, what I was going back to here is trying. I just want to get the story out of the way quickly. Is that we've never had this order here. It's like when I said we never had this order. We usually do massive amount of tables, massive amount of chairs, and a couple tents, right? But this year, and the one item that caught me off guard, that they decided to add to this order list is that they're ordering table linens for the tables for this barbecue rib fest, right? Now, you may ask yourself, serious, that doesn't sound like much, but then you gotta remember, they ordered, sorry to keep dealing, it's okay, but Rue, they ordered table linens, right? For this 3-day long event for a barbecue rib fest. Right, which has cheap admission with lots of beer flowing, lots of ribs, and they ordered white. From us, they're gonna be renting white linens. And we explicitly told them, okay, if these get ruined, you have to pay for the damage and loss fees, more than just the cleaning fee, but if they get damaged to the point we can't remove the stains, you have to pay for the damage fees, which these are expensive linens, right? And their excuse is, well, we have plastic table covers. That's a bad idea. I knew you were going to say why. Exactly. Well, they ordered black ones too, but it's like, they said, we have plastic table covers, and we just went, all right, you better have those covers up when we're done, because, oh lord, it's gonna get bad. Because there's gonna be families there with their kids, and with mothling, I'm sure as you're aware of. I'm sure you're aware of it too. Kids don't have table etiquette, and also it's gonna be a lot of white. There's gonna be lots of white trash there. There's gonna be lots of, actually not just white trash. I mean, like people of all sorts of ethnicities and races coming over, but they're going to be of the lower class ilk with no table etiquette, and there's gonna be beer flowing, which means inhibitions are going to be dropped, which means there's gonna be less table etiquette. And what's gonna stop some fat schlob from smearing their face on the tablecloth if they don't have a napkin handy in that second? Exactly. Like that's my worry.
Very good.
The heavy has 2 pair. The player has 2 pair. The heavy wins the hand.
Ha ha ha. This is easy. The
heavy wins the tournament.
I have everyone's chips. They all want to fight for red team with heavy weapons, guy.
Mothling is fortunately very play and well-mannered, but his cousin's my favorite tablecloth to stay from hosting a small get-together for the kids. Yeah. See, I was raised, and I'm gonna just close the game here for a sec, because we are done. That when I was a boy, so when I was growing up, my parents explicitly taught me table manners to the point they would drill into my head. Now, it was not full elocution lessons in regards to table manners. It was not full gentleman. I forget what they call it. What was it called? Not gentleman's club. What do they call it? I don't know. Gentleman's club is a strip club. What type of lessons? Bulldog, beef barbecue, and homemade ranch. All of my favorite lamp under tablecloth. Nothing saved it. Oh boy. What type of taught for proper English table etiquette? I gotta remember the word. Kit word. Ah, man, what is it? There's a way to describe it. How to pronounce it too. You got the word. It was on the tip of my head. Pronunciation. Cotillon, yeah. Oh no, not cotillon. Cotillon's is a French dance. That's a ballroom dance. But there's a certain I guess like form of schooling they teach you for proper gentlemanly manners. But my point was, my parents never went that far with it, but they taught me how to set a table properly. Be addressed at the table, not dressed, but like addressed, and then dress for the table and sit and be. Even as a toddler, be quiet in public restaurants, and how to keep your elbows off the table, hands off the table, use utensils, right? Everything of the sort. I was taught from the ground up. And it's not just with kids, but it's this. I was offered free tickets. Yeah, I went through a whole debutante spiel and was dancing youth etiquette program. Exactly. Yeah, you probably know what I'm talking about. But my thing is that when I was a kid, and this started when I was a child, is that I was offered a free voucher to this barbecue rib fest, and I passed up on it because I discovered when I was little I cannot go to buffets. Reason being is when I'm surrounded by people in typically lower end buffets, and when I say buffets, I'm not talking about like a nice classier one. I'm talking about you go to a like think of like Golden Corral or go to a Ponderosa, right? When Ponderosa had buffets still. Like I can't go to those because the sheer disgust I have when I see some of the people around you eating causes me to have a violent reaction of I simply cannot stomach food in this instant because when I can hear smacking of lips and seeing mouths open as they chew and sauce-stained faces and burping and everything from grown adults, mind you, right? I still prefer to eat everything with a salad fork and will fight someone if they try to make me switch. Cotillion just made my gremlinry worse. Yeah, exactly. But my point is like I can't sit in a buffet like that unless it's like a higher end one where it's just that grody of people who lack any form of refinement, but are the first to preach about money and wealth to your face, or to like to spur it in like it's the end all be all of your character, how much you can splurge on money, like with your money, right? It's those places I cannot stand being in, and this barbecue riff fest would make me violently ill. It would be like watching it, the way you can best describe my feeling of this is like going to watch Nikocado avocado mukbangs, but without the comedy that Nikocado and his gay lover Orlin were acting the whole time as the whole setup to the grand reveal that they were doing an experiment. But like it's like watching that shit. Like I can't stomach food. Teeth scraping the silver. Ugh, I've been to a Golden Corral once. Told this person next to me if they didn't stop eating like a cow chewing cud, I was going to scream. Yeah, it's horrible, right? People who have a mountain of crab legs, right, on their plate, and the sheer amount of it's what really disgusts me more, Rue. It's not even just like the behavior or the messiness and the lack of manners and the smell of some people, like the lack of shame. It's also the gluttony on display, right? And I've known this from the most pious of people, and I will point to mainly I've seen it in particular with Hindus and Islamists. The, gluttony is a sin across every religion, regardless. And it's in every form of religious text, gluttony is always written as one of the core tenets of sins in there. And yet everyone seems to not follow that one major tenet, whether it be Abrahamic religion or any um, polydeity religions. They just it just that one escapes everyone's mind. Some won't do alcohol. Some won't be horn dogs, right? Some will abstain till marriage. But everyone and their mother seems to forget about the one about gluttony and gorge themselves and act constantly just to devour and then make waste of food they don't touch. It is disgusting to me whenever I see that in public. It's just like it gives me like a violent physical reaction of like I can't stand to be around here, you know? I, well, to end off on a lighter note, I'm gonna see who's up right now on Twitch to raid into, because I usually find some good channels, and I'm pretty sure it's some of the ones I do enjoy the most are up in live right now. Uh, my favorite Brazilian bat is live. Mariko, Kiki's live. Meat is live. I load up my first plate with sushi, my favorite buffet, but this is the only place I would kick. I'd load up a plate. All my plates are usually nice, neat, and normal portions. Exactly. Um, Meat is live. Cleo is live. Cleo IT. Mint Costella. Mint Costella is probably about your age. She's very interesting to watch. Very nice. But I like Cleo. I might send you guys either to Mint or Cleo for the time being. I usually head over. I haven't seen Mint in a while, so I'll send you over to Mint. You might like her. But I want to say thanks for coming back around here, Rue, and I hope you have a good evening now. I'm gonna be tuning down for the night. I have to go do some studying. I'm gonna have to get ready to go to bed soon. So appreciate you coming along here. And good to see you again. Good to see you guys. Oh, really? Not able to raid. Okay. I guess Mint's doing something private. I'm gonna have to go to Cleo then. How old do you think? Mint's in her 30s. Mint's in her early to mid 30s, I want to say. So maybe she might be up your alley. I'm not sure, because I usually attract an older audience, and people forget that I was born after 9/11, so I sound older than I am. I'll probably just raise us over to Cleo because she's the one that's live right now. But I want to say thank you for coming along. Of course, I might bug you on this because I can't fall asleep. Okay. I'll see if I respond. I will probably be nose deep in studying for my HVAC test coming up, but I appreciate it. So, send you over to Cleo.
Holy heck. Is that a scam? It is a scam. I've been scammed.